Hey, JustGeorgeMedia.com with the No Book Cookbook, Just George and Anna Nichole. We are doing some homemade buttermilk biscuits for sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits this morning. What you're going to need is flour and then leavening, which is baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Buttermilk, obviously, and that butter needs to be cold. Take it out of the fridge, throw it in your freezer for about 10 minutes. It needs to be nice and cold. Check out the JustGeorgeMedia.com No Book Cookbook blog. That'll give you the list of ingredients and the amounts so that you can cook along with us. All right. We're going to add our butter in 1 tablespoon increments. Again, it needs to be just out of the freezer after about 10 minutes. Make sure that stuff is nice and firm. Just add it to your butter and then we'll be mashing it in. We've added our butter in 1 tablespoon increments. Remember, pull that right out of the freezer after about 10 minutes. Be nice and cold. Grab your pastry cutter and we're about to cut that in. Okay, right before you start your cutting, add all your leavening. Give it a good mix. Grab your pastry cutter. Right, the trick here is to make sure that as you continue to cut in your butter, you're looking for a crumb consistency. It's going to take just a little bit of patience. So keep cutting. Once you've achieved the consistency that you're looking for, that kind of crumb to your flour, make a well in the middle. That's where your buttermilk goes. Alright, the biggest secret to the biscuits is that you don't overwork that dough. If you want them nice, light, fluffy, and crispy, we can't overstir that dough. Look at the consistency that we've got there. Add just a little bit of buttermilk at a time. Keep stirring, but you're probably looking at about 50 strokes at the most. There's a couple of pieces of wax paper and some bench flour down. Throw your dough down, throw just a little bit more flour on top. This is not a kneading process. It's literally just a soft push. Remember, we want these nice, light, and fluffy, so we can't overwork them, and we're not going to need them. It's about 1 inch thick. Grab just a cup or a glass, and that is your perfect size biscuit. We've thrown them in just a basic pie tin, and we'll be throwing them right into the oven in just a minute. Alright, we're going to be baking these at 430 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure that your oven is completely full heated. We are just melting a little bit of butter. That's probably about 3 tablespoons of butter. We're going to butter the top of those right before they go in. Again, make sure the oven is completely preheated. Just a basting brush for the melted butter. Again, about 3 tablespoons of butter. Be nice and generous. That's your crispy top to those nice fluffy biscuits. We hit our 430 degrees Fahrenheit. In goes the biscuits. Because of the fat content in the sausage, you need a really nice hot pan and just a little bit of oil. With a little bit of patience, we're looking for that nice caramelization on both sides. And the biscuits are done, just fresh out of the oven. That's exactly what you're looking for. Nice crispy top, inside nice and fluffy. With the sausage done, place them on a couple of paper towels to degrease them. That pan's already nice and hot. Make sure you wipe that pan out, get all that extra grease, throw your eggs right down. This is going to be a real quick cook time. Thanks for cooking along with us with the homemade sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the JustGeorgeMedia.com No Book Cookbook blog for any techniques, ingredients, and further recipes.